Hello everyone, it's Aiden. First and foremost, I want to apologize for my appearance. I haven't slept in a good many hours. I think it's going on like 2 days. So that's good. So I'm not really, I'm not really, anyway, my hair's not done or anything, but that's not the point. The point is that I let my 1 month on T slip away from me a bit. I started testosterone January 30th, and it is now March 4th. So, yeah, it's been a month and 4 days on testosterone for me. And so this is going to serve as my 1 month on testosterone update. Right now I'm on a dose of 0.25 milliliters weekly. That's kind of just serves my own purposes while I'm stating it, just see, remember back on that to document it. But anyway, as far as changes have gone, there has actually been quite a bit, considering the amount of time I've been on testosterone has not been very, very long. First thing I noticed with testosterone was my sex drive was crazy, and downstairs growth was pretty intense. And then I noticed my muscles like getting a little bit more bulky. Like before, there was like this line that's like indented into my forearm when I flexed, and now there's a little bit of a, I don't know, if, like a lump there, and that changed a bit. And I haven't really been working out any more than I was that much pre-T since like very, very beginning of testosterone. I'm debating on getting a gym membership, however, so we'll see how that goes. My voice has definitely started to crack. I'm passing, before testosterone, I passed, I would say maybe 20%, and now I'm passing probably around at least 50%, I would say. And I think that has a lot to do with my voice, because other than that, I have noticed a lot of really, really obvious physical changes that people just at a passing glance would notice. As far as hair goes, it's crawling up my forearms. You can't see it, but I can see it, and I notice it. And it started just kind of like really sparse, like dark, curly hair, like starting at the elbow, and it's starting to crawl up. And my forearm hair has gotten a little thicker and more wild. My leg hair is where it was really like patchy and coming in more before testosterone. That's gotten a lot wilder and darker, and it's now crawling up and getting longer and on the rest of my legs. What else? The hair I had, as far as facial hair before testosterone, is starting to be more actual like hair, like facial hair. It's not so much peach fuzz anymore. It's coming in more, I guess it's just like a lot of really small, dark hairs coming in, just like more over this side than over here. And no one can tell except for me, because when I look in the mirror, I'm always looking for it, like, oh, there it is. What else? As far as emotional changes go, I'm sorry guys, I didn't write any of this down, so I'm not, it's not really like, I don't know. As far as emotional changes go, I don't get as stressed out about small stuff as I used to. Sorry, I'm cracking my neck. And, like, I used to get, like, pretty stressed out about stuff at work. And now it's, like, doesn't really bother me. I take things as they come, and it's not so much a big deal to me anymore. I was dealing with a lot of anger a couple months before I started testosterone, and it was, like, really just, like, unexplainable anger, and like it didn't have any reason to it. And this light is really crazy, and I'm really sorry, but the sun's coming up, so it's just gonna have to be dealt with. But anyway, and I don't know, I was really angry, and now I'm not as angry anymore. I'm still dealing with a little bit of this stuff, mentally, that I was pre-T, but it's kind of manifesting its way a little bit differently, and I don't really want to get into that at this point right now. So, I'm not going to. That's just my stuff. As far as being able to go and be in any way social, which I always have a little bit of an issue with. I always it doesn't come natural to me to be social that much. I've gotten a little bit more confidence, and I feel like that's a lot of me being able to pass more now than before. And if someone does misgender me, I feel like I'm more able to say, it's he, and they're able to see it more and be like, oh yeah, okay, and they won't feel like they need to argue with me about my own gender. So that's definitely good. What else? I don't know. I'm finding that I really have more of a desire to get out and do shit now. Before it was fucking really bad, and I felt like I couldn't even go grocery shopping without freaking out. And I feel like I can do that at least now. Not so much anxious about that kind of thing anymore. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think of other things, and I know I was going to say something, but oh, the bad thing is, now that I'm passing more, I'm already feeling a little bit spoiled, so now when I don't pass, it really fucks with me a little bit more than it did pre-testosterone, because pre-testosterone, it was like, oh, well, of course, like, you're getting called she, like, 80% of the time, so what do you expect? And now it's like, I'm passing more and more, so when I don't pass, it's a lot harder for me to deal, I guess. I can't really think of anything else, and this is already like almost 8 minutes. So yeah. Oh, also, with this, when I first started, well, I guess like pre-T and stuff, I didn't feel any sort of a need to have any sort of a, like, I didn't really feel like I needed to be in any way connected to the trans community at all. I didn't feel any sort of, like, need to talk to other trans people about being trans, really. And now that I'm on testosterone, and as my transition progresses, I'm finding it a lot more. I feel like it'd be a lot. I don't know. I feel it's an opportune time to try and sort of connect myself with more trans people in my area, and just because talking with cis people, trans people watching this probably know that, yeah, they can be supportive and they can be behind you on it, your transition and everything, and they can get your name and pronouns right. But at the same time, there's this like sometimes they delve into stuff that you don't want to go into at all. And I'm trying to wrap this video up and be like quick and concise, but that always never works for me. But yeah, and like, just I find it would be good to have a group of people, or like just people to talk with, who kind of know, who've had the trans experience themselves, who identify as trans and know what certain things, where we know we have a common ground, and there's no common ground. I have no, like, I don't really have many people who identify as trans that I don't know, there's just not that common ground. So if anyone lives in Fort Wayne or Indiana or whatever, I think that we should like correspond and like try to get people corresponding, because there's not a lot out here for trans people at all. There's like nothing that I know of, and if you know of something, please, please, please let me know. And I just think it'd be really great, I don't know, to have that, a little bit of a sense of community, because there's a little bit of a LGB sort of community here where I come from in Fort Wayne, but as far as transgender people, or transsexual people, trans people, non-gender binary conforming people, there's really not much at all. Like, I know of like one other guy who still lives here, and I know of a guy in Ohio who I still talk with and all that, who he's a really cool guy. But yeah, that's all. So I think it'd just be really good for everyone to kind of have like I really can't word today. I'm really sorry, but I think I've got my point across good enough, well enough. My roommate would fucking have my head for that. But anyway, yeah, feel free to shoot me a message. I still have a message I have to send out to some other guy who asked something, and I need to do that, and that's my verbal reminder to myself to do it. But I hope everyone has a really good week. Yeah, I will update probably on my 2-month on testosterone.